It was supposed to be a normal discussion, just another billionaire debate on business, technology, and the future. But what happened next shocked the world. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, two of the most powerful men on the planet, sat across from each other on a live stage. The tension was thick, but no one expected it to explode the way it did. As the conversation began, Musk was his usual self, bold, unfiltered, ready to take shots at woke culture and corporate politics. He argued that modern businesses were becoming too obsessed with political correctness, pushing diversity quotas and environmental policies at the cost of real innovation. The audience nodded. Some even clapped. Musk had always positioned himself as the anti-establishment billionaire, the one who spoke his mind, no matter how controversial. But then, Bezos leaned forward, smirked, and dropped a bombshell. That's funny coming from you, Elon, because if anyone has benefited from the system, it's you. Silence. The crowd shifted, sensing something big was about to unfold. Bezos wasn't done. He called Musk out for taking billions in government subsidies while claiming to be an outsider. He pointed out how Tesla, SpaceX, and even Musk's AI ventures were deeply tied to government funding. For the first time in the debate, Musk was quiet. But he wasn't going to stay silent for long. He leaned forward, smirked, and fired back. Jeff, let's not pretend Amazon is some kind of hero. You want to talk about control? Let's talk about how Amazon has become the biggest censorship machine on the planet. Gasps. The audience wasn't expecting that. And just like that, the debate had taken a turn no one saw coming. Because this wasn't just about business anymore. It was about power, hypocrisy, and secrets neither of them wanted the world to know. And what happened next left everyone speechless. The stage was set for a normal discussion, but the tension in the room kept rising. The audience knew Musk and Bezos were rivals, but no one expected what was about to happen. As the debate continued, the topic shifted toward the role of woke culture in business and technology. Musk, who has always been vocal against political correctness, argued that companies today are focusing too much on social issues instead of real innovation. He said that businesses should not be forced to follow woke policies like diversity quotas or ESG rules. According to Musk, these things slow down progress and create unnecessary barriers for true innovators. The audience seemed to agree with Musk. Many nodded in approval. Some even clapped. But just as it seemed like Musk was dominating the discussion, Bezos leaned forward, smiled slightly, and spoke in a calm but firm voice. He said, "That's funny coming from you, Elon. Because if there's one person who has benefited the most from government rules and social trends, it's you." The room fell silent. Musk raised an eyebrow, clearly amused, but Bezos wasn't done. He continued, pointing out that Tesla has received billions in government subsidies over the years. Despite Musk constantly attacking regulations, he had no problem accepting money from government programs when it benefited him. Bezos then reminded everyone that Musk had recently moved Tesla's headquarters to Texas, claiming he wanted freedom from woke policies. Yet he continued working with federal agencies and government contracts. For the first time in the debate, Musk was quiet. The audience shifted in their seats. It was clear that Bezos had landed a strong hit. But Musk wasn't going to let Bezos have the last word. After a brief pause, he smirked and responded, "Jeff, let's not pretend Amazon is some kind of hero here. You want to talk about control? Let's talk about Amazon's censorship and monopoly." Musk then brought up Amazon's past scandals, how the company has been accused of silencing authors, removing controversial books, and controlling what information people can access. He pointed out how Amazon has been under investigation for its aggressive business tactics, forcing smaller companies out of competition. The crowd reacted with mixed emotions. Some cheered for Musk, while others murmured in agreement with Bezos. It was now clear that this debate wasn't just about business or technology anymore. It had turned into a battle over who was more hypocritical: the billionaire who claimed to fight against woke culture while taking government money, or the billionaire who claimed to be neutral but was accused of controlling free speech and markets. The conversation was getting intense, and everyone in the room could feel it. But what happened next took the debate to a whole new level. Bezos revealed something that left everyone completely shocked. The air in the room was thick with tension. The audience was completely focused on the two billionaires, waiting to see who would strike next. Jeff Bezos adjusted his microphone, leaned forward slightly, and with a confident smirk, delivered a bombshell revelation that sent shockwaves through the entire room. Elon, Bezos said, since you love transparency, why don't we talk about something you don't want the world to know? Musk's expression remained unreadable, but the energy in the room shifted. Everyone could tell that Bezos was about to drop something big. Bezos continued, his voice calm but sharp. Your entire brand is built around being an outsider, the rebellious genius fighting against the system. But what if I told this audience that behind the scenes, you're playing the same game as every other billionaire? The audience gasped. The moderator, who had been mostly silent until now, nervously cleared his throat as the tension in the debate escalated. Bezos wasn't done. He took out a small note card from his pocket and read aloud. Between 2015 and 2022, Tesla received over $7 billion in government subsidies. SpaceX has won nearly $10 billion in federal contracts. And guess what? Your AI company, XAI, is currently in talks with the same government agencies you claim to be fighting against. The room erupted into whispers. Was Musk really just another corporate player hiding behind his anti-establishment image? Musk, for the first time, seemed momentarily caught off guard. He adjusted his collar, let out a short laugh, and leaned back in his chair. Well, Jeff, that's interesting. But do you know what else is interesting? The fact that you came prepared with a speech, while I'm just here speaking my mind. Asterisk asterisk. The crowd cheered and laughed, sensing Musk's attempt to shift the energy. But Bezos wasn't smiling anymore. He knew he had landed a serious blow. Musk, however, wasn't one to stay down for long. He crossed his arms, looking straight at Bezos. Then, with a smirk, he said, "You want to talk about being a puppet of the system? Let's talk about Amazon and the secrets you don't want the world to know." Bezos squinted slightly, as if bracing for impact. Musk's next words sent shockwaves through the entire venue. Amazon is not just an online store. It's the biggest surveillance company in the world. Gasps spread through the audience. Even the moderator looked stunned. Musk leaned forward, eyes locked on Bezos. Your company collects more personal data than any government ever could. Every purchase, every voice command on Alexa, every website people visit, you own it all. And don't act surprised, because I have the reports right here. Asterisk asterisk. Musk reached into his jacket pocket and pulled out a folded piece of paper. He waved it in the air dramatically. This document, he said, contains a list of the secret data collection programs Amazon has been running behind the scenes. Want me to read some out loud? The audience was stunned. Bezos' face remained neutral, but for the first time, he blinked rapidly, a sign that Musk had hit a nerve. The debate had just taken an unexpected turn, one that no one saw coming. And the craziest part? Musk wasn't done yet. The entire room had shifted. What started as a debate about woke culture had now transformed into a battle of secrets and hidden truths. Elon Musk sat with a smirk, holding up the folded paper, challenging Bezos to deny the allegations. The audience was frozen in anticipation. Bezos, usually calm and calculated, took a deep breath before responding. "That's cute, Elon," he said with a slight chuckle. "But let's be honest. This is exactly why you love social media so much. You don't need facts. You just need a dramatic moment." The crowd reacted, half laughing, half murmuring in suspense. Musk raised an eyebrow but let Bezos continue. "Let's assume your little paper is real," Bezos said, leaning forward slightly. "Do you really think I built Amazon by spying on people? No, Elon, I built it by doing something you've never been good at, running a business without chaos." The audience erupted. Bezos had turned Musk's own reputation against him, painting him as an erratic leader compared to Amazon's steady success. Musk laughed, shaking his head as if he had just heard the biggest joke of his life. "Oh, Jeff, that's rich coming from you. No chaos. Have you checked your own company lately? Or are you too busy flying to space in your little toy rocket?" The crowd went wild. Even the moderator put his hands on his head, realizing this debate was way off script. Musk wasn't done. "You want to talk about leadership? Fine. Let's talk about how you stepped down as Amazon CEO the moment regulators started sniffing around. Coincidence? The audience gasped. Bezos narrowed his eyes. The tension was now unbearable. But before Bezos could respond, Musk leaned back with a smirk and dropped the final bombshell. I think it's time we tell the people what's really going on behind closed doors, Jeff. Should I start, or would you like the honor? The entire room went silent. Something big was about to be revealed. And this debate was no longer just a debate. It was a battle for who would walk away unscathed. The silence in the room was almost deafening. The audience, the moderator, even the camera crew, everyone was frozen, waiting for what was about to happen next. Jeff Bezos took a deep breath, his fingers interlocked as he stared at Musk. For the first time in the debate, it was clear that he wasn't just debating anymore. He was calculating. Elon Musk, still leaning back with that signature smirk, tapped the piece of paper on the table. The crowd could see it now. A printed document, official-looking, like something pulled from deep inside a government file. Go ahead, Jeff, Musk said. Deny it. Tell the world Amazon isn't working directly with the government to build a surveillance empire. Gasps rippled through the audience. This wasn't just about business rivalry anymore. This was something much bigger. Bezos finally spoke, his voice low but controlled. Elon, you love throwing out accusations. But let's be real. You and I both know that power comes from access to information. He paused, then delivered a chilling line. The difference is, I don't pretend to be a hero. You do. The audience exploded. People in the front rows whispered frantically. Journalists scrambled to take notes. And the moderator looked completely out of his depth. Musk chuckled, shaking his head. Ah, there it is. The real Bezos finally speaks. He leaned forward, tapping on the table. So, you admit it. You don't deny it. Amazon has become the biggest tool for mass surveillance, and you're okay with it. Bezos gave a small, almost imperceptible nod. Let's just say, Elon, that not all of us have the luxury of pretending to be rebels. Some of us have real responsibilities. The crowd was stunned. This was the closest thing to a public confession anyone had ever heard from a billionaire of Bezos' level. Musk didn't hesitate. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the difference between us. He turned to the audience, grinning like a man who had just won a long chess game. I build the future. He controls it. The room erupted into chaos. People yelling, others cheering, some just sitting there, stunned by what they had just witnessed. But then, something completely unexpected happened. Jeff Bezos, for the first time that night, laughed. A real, genuine laugh. The moderator looked confused. Even Musk raised an eyebrow. Bezos leaned forward, his laughter fading into a sly smile. Then, he said something that sent chills through the entire room. Elon, I'm not your enemy. We've been playing the same game this whole time. The audience gasped. Musk's smirk faltered, just for a second. And in that moment, it became clear to everyone. This wasn't a debate. This was a warning. And Elon Musk had just realized he wasn't as untouchable as he thought. The energy in the room had completely shifted. What started as a debate had turned into a battle of hidden truths. And now, it had transformed into something even more terrifying. Jeff Bezos' words hung in the air like a storm cloud. Elon, I'm not your enemy. We've been playing the same game this whole time. The audience was frozen. Some leaned forward in their seats, eyes darting between Musk and Bezos. The moderator looked completely out of his depth, gripping his microphone as if it might protect him from whatever was happening on stage. Elon Musk, for the first time, was silent. No smirk, no quick-witted comeback, just silence. His usual confidence seemed to waver for a fraction of a second. And that was enough for Bezos to know he had just turned the tables. Bezos didn't wait for Musk to respond. He continued, his voice smooth but sharp. You act like you're the rebel, fighting against the system. But the truth is, Elon, you are the system. You criticize governments, but you rely on them. You mock AI fears, but you're leading the AI revolution. You talk about free speech, but let's not forget, one tweet from you can crash a company. The audience gasped. Musk leaned forward, finally speaking. So what, Jeff? You're saying we're the same? That's funny, because last time I checked, I'm not the one controlling half the internet. Bezos chuckled. A fair point. But tell me, Elon, if we're really so different, then why are we both sitting here, untouchable, while the rest of the world fights over our scraps? A heavy silence fell over the room, and that was when it hit the audience. This wasn't just about Musk versus Bezos. This wasn't about woke culture or surveillance or free speech. This was about power. Two of the richest men in the world had just admitted, in front of a live audience, that no matter how much they fought, they were still playing the same game. And the people watching, they were just the spectators. Musk finally let out a small laugh. Touché, Jeff. Touché. The debate was over. But the implications of what had just been said would last far beyond that night. As the event wrapped up, social media exploded. News outlets rushed to break the story. People debated who had won. But the real question wasn't about who won the debate. The real question was, if Musk and Bezos were on the same side, who were they really playing against? So what do you think? Did Jeff Bezos just expose something deeper about Elon Musk? Or was Musk the one revealing the real truth about Bezos? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want more mind-blowing stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Because trust me, there's a lot more going on behind closed doors than they want us to know.